All right, everyone, we're back with another section of Cromartie, and it's a sad thing. I'm really enjoying our time here. I really am. But I love how every single time when we get introduced to it's an episode about the King of Comedy guy, all of us essentially go, we're probably going to have to do 2 episodes.
At least give this one credit that they at least broke up the episode with our favorite Yutaka Takanuchi. But
it's a short segment, but it's still pretty entertaining.
Yes.
That's the problem. As we've been watching through this again, at least for me, I am least looking forward to Mr. King of Comedies sections because they're usually the weakest episodes because they have one gimmick to them. Not that they can't be funny, and they're still very funny at points, but at the same time, they're like the weakest of the bunch. And
yeah,
it's tough. Anyway, so episode 14, Talking Head. Let's see. Yamaguchi picks his second in command, his successor Akira, but no one likes him. Will their opinions on him change? And will Ishikawa finally get recognized by Yamaguchi? So I love how they open up with saying like, okay, guys, we got to solve the situation about why our school is failing. And I think having a second-hand man is going to fix all that. And it's like, dude, having a right-hand man ain't going to solve whatever's wrong with your school.
No.
Or with any of these schools. All of these schools have the same 15 delinquents and apparently no one
Freddie Mercury, a robot, and a bear at the other school.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, that clearly makes them the winners.
Yeah,
exactly.
Obviously.
What's your second hand going to do?
And I loved it. It's like, okay, who's the second-hand man? Shut up. Don't rush me.
I'm here to tell you. But wait.
God. Then Akira Nakao shows up. Super creepy-looking individual. You think, like, oh, he's like the sly, sadistic character in any other delinquent drama. And then there's Mick!
When we first see Mick, I just kind of lost it. I'm like, oh, right, it's this kind of show.
Okay, so I repeat. I'm sorry, I said bear, I meant gorilla. We have at Cromartie High, we have a gorilla, Freddie Mercury, mixed with
Mike Haggar.
Mike Haggar. Thank you. No, and then Mike Azawa. I'm like, and then the puppet comes out, and how did I think the puppet was more out of place than the gorilla, Freddie Mercury mixed with Mike Haggar and Mekazawa?
It just works like that sometimes.
What is this?
In a normal delinquent drama, like action drama, this guy would have looked like a psychopath, like a sociopath, and such. It would have been a whole Batman and what's the villain with the ventriloquist doll? I forgot his name.
The ventriloquist.
Yeah.
The puppet is called Scarface. The guy is called the ventriloquist. I always forget how dumb that is.
Yeah, but then it turns out Akira has another puppet, so it's a trio.
So dumb.
And they're just like, okay, who is it now? And then Akira's like, well, I got this one trick. And he takes out the puppets, and my favorite line read comes up. He's taking the puppets off, so he's an ordinary guy after all.
His thought his hands were puppets. And then his special ability is that he's Japanese television.
Hey, my voice is coming out delayed.
That has nothing to do with puppets. It has nothing to do with anything. Some guy how does this, this got me thinking, how the hell do they show this in the manga?
I have no idea. I would love to find out how they translated some of this stuff.
Do they like show him talk, wait 4 panels, and then the words come out? Like,
I have no idea, but I need to read that now.
And then, of course, it's just like, well, one of you's got to fight someone. And then it's like, oh, great. I'm even more confused than I was before. And then we get a break with Yutaka Takanuchi and his of course, as we all are reminded on a daily basis, he has motion sickness. He's on a bus, and he's just like, the reason why I'm going to Cromartie, like, even though I look like this, I am extremely smart, but I'm only going to Cromartie because it's the closest stop to the school. So he's there for convenience and not because he's a twit.
And also because he's lazy.
Yeah, it's only 10 minutes to walk from my house to the school, but I'm too lazy to do that all the time.
And I can't get caught riding in my wheels and be disrespectful.
And then, of course, like, well, at least that annoying guy isn't here.
I love that Kanji was the annoying guy. Not his name, the annoying guy.
Love that.
And it's like, what are you doing here?
Well, I just like public transportation.
Yeah, to be honest, like, is your house closer to here or not? What's up, you bastard? Yeah, I just love transportation.
That's closer than my house. They, for no reason, just needed other people from Cromartie High in the episode because they needed a break between what they were doing over there. Because in flash cuts, nothing happens.
Nothing. No, it's a non sequitur. It's even more of a non sequitur than the guy playing the guitar. And he's like, wait a minute, this is a non sequitur. So then we get a return to the king of comedy, and he's going over. It's like, what should we do? And of course, Ishikawa is just like, I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but I think we shouldn't go and attack this other school because it just makes sense. We're not ready for it. Okay, we'll take your notes into consideration. And then, of course, Akira with Mick, it's like, we should attack the school. Yeah, agreed. Okay, so that's 2 votes for it.
This is Bass High's version of Cromartie High not understanding that Mekazawa's a robot. They like their head of their dudes is like, well, what are you saying? That the puppet's not a real person? That it's him acting like a puppet's there?
And of course, they make some kind of reference to some comedy duo from Japan. I'm sure is well known there, but of course, to us, we're like, who?
This is, and
then of course, they have to make a reference to wrestling. How everyone knows it's fake, but it's still entertaining.
Yeah, and like, this is so weird. Now that we're coming back to this, watching Cromartie High, which is an extremely Japanese-oriented thing, and like making references to Japanese things in a Japanese show. I, in the interim, just got done binging parts 3 through 6 of JoJo, which is a show that is made in Japan, all about referencing everything but Japan. So it's such a stark contrast.
By the way, the title of this episode, Talking Heads, is it's a reference to the band the Talking Heads.
And there's a stand in JoJo Part 5 called Talking Head, but they can't call it Talking Head, so it's called Baby Head.
Yeah. That's JoJo for you. Gotta move around the copyright.
Yes.
Oh lordy. And then so Ishikawa leaves because he's being the only rational person here, saying like, screw this, I'm just gonna walk home. Has his own dramatic, like, sitting on a seesaw thing. And then there's Paul. And it's in the lead.
I hate it so much.
And then it's just like, hey, my voice is coming out delayed. It's like, whoa, you could do that too? How did you do that?
He didn't even know he could do it either. That's the dumbest part. He didn't even try to.
I swear they just shoved in the main character just because they needed someone for Ishikawa to talk to.
Yeah, I feel like that's the reason why.
And then like out of all of this, out of all these cute little Muppet design puppets, like super simple designs, there's, hello, my name's David.
He gets slappy.
Very creepy looking doll. And then they're just like, all right, I found my number 2. It'll be this guy right here. And it's David, and Akira's holding the puppet.
I don't think he knows how much that thing costs.
Oh, Ishikawa, all alone.
I can't hear that. Did you guys see how it should have ended for the original Amazing Spider-Man?
No, I haven't. How does it end?
There's an extra clip where the lizard is holding Peter Parker, and he's like, "You're all alone, Peter Parker. Your parents died. You're all alone." No? actually, I have my Aunt May. And she's going, no, you're all alone. No, I actually have a girlfriend too. She's like, no, Paul Peter Parker is all alone.
Oh gosh.
So good.
This show doesn't know when to stop being just absurd and silly. It hasn't stopped. It's not going to stop.
Not going to stop.
And frankly, I don't want it to stop.
8 more episodes.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm loving it, but I'm getting to that point where I'm like, okay, I can't wait to see what they're doing, but I'm ready for the show to wrap itself up a little.
It is. It's one of those weird things where it's like you're expecting a plot. You're never gonna get one. And I'm just like, if they hamstring some stupid plot in like the last 3 episodes, I'd be pissed.
No, yeah, a lot of anime comedies sometimes do that where they're trying to be like super silly, super funny, and then they do a third act. I forgot what it's called, like third act syndrome or something, where they have to be serious, and it's like, no, you don't need to do that. I mean, if you weren't good beforehand, you don't changing the tone and shift of the story isn't going to change anything.
Unless you're making fun of other shows that do that.
Yeah,
I mean, like, if this is ripping on Evangelion, I'd be okay with it. Like, we had to redo our 25th and 26th episodes because people didn't like it.
I mean, at least there with Evangelion, you can have an interesting discussion about the themes and morality and the whole production side of things. Here, it's just like, no, it's a betrayal to not to take this entire shit post of a show and make it serious. Yes. Ruins it.
Oh god! All right, yeah.
Luckily, the next episode has one of my favorite characters. One of the first maybe keyboard warrior like characters seen in anime. So,
boy,
interesting.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Yikes! All right.
I know. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's just you'll see.
We'll see. All right. So with that in mind, let's get out of here. Cameron, where can they find us?
You can find me on Twitter at Cam's Eye View for as long as that site's still standing. I have my own website called camseyeview.biz where I review animated films and shows from around the world called The Other Side of Animation. I co-host the Renegade Animation Podcast on renegadepopculture.com. I also have a Patreon at patreon.com/camseyeview.
All right. Mike, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at CaptainK42. You can also check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com as CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. We're also on YouTube, on Podchaser, on the Banana Meter. Listen to all of our podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Absolutely. You can find me ever at Organite0, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. And until next time, we will see you all later.
Peace.
Bye.